So Aaron Taylor-Johnson has been rumoured to be offered the role for James Bond. I'm not sure if you guys know who this is. I'll bring a picture up. I think the lad already knows.
I'm very familiar with Aaron Taylor-Johnson.
I want to see if you guys think if this is the hit.
Oh, him. Was he on? He's somewhere.
He did Kick-Ass.
Yeah.
Bullet Train. You should watch Bullet Train.
Bullet Train is so good. This is top 10 movies of all time.
What do you guys think? Is this a hit or miss for him to be James Bond?
Because do they usually get guys at like 35 or something like that?
Yeah, he is 33 years old. I didn't even realise that he was that young.
Older, damn.
I thought he was way older than me.
I feel like actors, they never they blow either early or late.
Yeah.
You really get many people blowing that at 30. He was active earlier, right?
He's acting from a young age.
Yeah,
shit, I didn't even realise. I thought he was older than me. By a mile.
I'm so familiar with him, like his stuff when he was like Kick-Ass and when he was young.
Yeah.
So to see him do
this may be the youngest James Bond.
Yeah,
might be.
By the time they start, I still need to watch James Bond.
I'm not too fussed about it. James Bond is like still the same concept all the time.
I'm looking for. Actually, to be fair, they said here there was a guy named George that played the youngest James Bond at the age of 29.
That's not mad.
Yeah.
I kind of think. I ain't seen James Bond, but a part of me thinks that James Bond is very similar to Mission Impossible.
Yeah,
no. Okay,
no, I agree. Kind of thing. Like, well, they both got gadgets, but James Bond, he has to be the classy British.
It's literally one's British and one's American.
Yeah.
I guess the British one, James Bond is mostly known for getting gab, having gadgets, being a raging alcoholic, and just being smooth.
He's not alcoholic. He does shake and not stirred, so he doesn't get drunk.
He's alcoholic. He's a raging alcoholic.
Raging, crazy. I still need to, like I said, I've been saying I've been hitting this for time, but I need to watch.
I thought you started. You haven't started James Bond yet?
Nah, man, I've been watching so many other things instead. But when I do James Bond, I do from like the very first one.
Oh yeah, talking of James Bond always loves a good soundtrack, and it always get like a big star. Who do you think? I think they done Adele. I forgot who.
Best one's Adele. Skyfall.
Next one is Dua Lipa. Okay. I'm like, I'll go.
I found out she was British the other day.
You know she was British?
I thought she was like Australian or somewhere else.
I don't know. Actually, I could see that, to be fair.
I just didn't hear it. Like, I think I don't listen to her music. Or if I listen to her music, I didn't know it was her. So I just know the face.
I can't think of a single track that I know that she's done.
I just know the video of her dancing.
If
I
hear the music, I go, oh yeah, I know that song. I might be wrecking about I don't know.
Outtake. That why?
That's the ones you know.
Well,
that's what you're doing, yeah. Why for that?
I can't talk on this one. It looks good. Like I would say Johnson's one of those actors that I want him to be like a Joaquin Phoenix, where it's like be selective what you do because you can be great.
I think he is. You know?
No, Craven.
We haven't seen it yet. Have you not seen the article he did? Even though actors kind of say this all the time, but he did say that he chose that role knowing that he wants to he's going to do a good job for this role because he doesn't want to he basically doesn't want to scam people going to cinema watching this film.
I don't give a fuck how good you do. You can be good. No, like I've seen many a movie where the main characters are great, but the story in itself makes it dog shit.
True.
Doesn't matter about your performance.
I've been saying it from the beginning. I'm gonna watch this film, Craven.
I might after you, lot. Only after you.
You do it first.
You don't go in first.
I have what I'm gonna say. He's been in a lot of good films, so I reckon for James Bond, I think he's gonna do a good job.
I don't know how many How many movies do they get each character actor? Like 3, yeah.
Some of them haven't got that much. Some of them has got like 1 or 2, but some of them.
What's Daniel Craig?
Daniel Craig he did a few, probably like 5 or 6.
Right.
I don't mind it.
He's been James Bond since I was
Casino Royale.
That was a
decade.
Yeah, he's been
shit.
My first film I watched, like my first 12 rated film was James Bond, the first one.
Which one? The
Casino Royale.
Is that his?
You watched that? I watched the one previously. You know
film.
They used to slap it on ITV. I forgot who's the one. I always forget name.
Quantum of Solace.
I said that was
I don't know what that was.
You're saying shit now.
They might hit. I don't know. It's 1 in 6, isn't it?
I just remember the one before him, and then I remember being a whole big thing where they transitioned to the new James Bond, and I was like, "Rod, you lot." Is a whole big thing for you?
Is it like Doctor Who where each Bond is
they regenerate?
It's just no, not like that. Is it the same brother, the same guy?
Yeah.
So it's the same guy.
Yeah. So every time they change it, it's basically a reboot.
Yeah.
Reboot.
Yeah. Obviously, the story changes.
I'm saying that Daniel Craig isn't.
So the last one, if I'm not mistaken, obviously I'm not the biggest James Bond fan, so you can let me know in the comments if I'm wrong. But the last one was the only one that was or one of the few that was in actual continuity order. So the events that happened in one of the films transpired in the next one.
Okay.
There were some James Bond films where whatever happened in that film, the
Erased.
same guy in the next film, but we don't even gonna pay attention to what happened last one.
Oh, okay.
Oh, but by the way, because they usually have like a character for like Judi Dench, like the boss. Do they have like a big character for that? Do you know any names that have come forward?
No,
This isn't even confirmed, so like, we have nothing
the
on
last one, obviously, spoiler alert, she died. So I don't know.
Spoil, but
That was
I'm gonna watch it, man.
that the last
I
one?
just spoiler. You should have stopped me.
I know, we talk about
Alright,
this.
first of all,
Why
you
do you
said-
do this?
First of all, I said spoiler, but you know what James Bond film you have to watch.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yes, yes.
You know,
But I've avoided
you
it
don't
for
know
this
what I'm
long.
spoiling. You don't
But
know what
I've
I'm
avoided that information for this long. Why are you gonna read it now?
I said spoiler. You should have stopped me.
In the millisecond that between. No, in the millisecond that between.
I can't next time.
Yeah, please count. I don't know, because like it happens a lot when they spoiler alert and then they say this thing straight away. Like, let me give me time to pause, like shit. I'm washing dishes, my hands are wet. Like, come on.
I remember that one. Pierce Brosnan.
Yeah, people say Pierce Brosnan was the best one.
What about Clooney? It's where Clooney was one.
No.
Clooney was never.
Oh, Clooney's Batman. Sorry, I'm bugging out.
Fuck it up.
Sorry.
You really confuse your words, man. It's crazy.
You want to talk about confusing whites? You want to talk about confusing whites?